What's up, YouTube family? Welcome back. Part two. Okay, this one's gonna be kind of short, not long like the part one, like the first video. We are gonna go over today, we're gonna go over the DOT required tools, stuff that you need to have in your truck in order to be compliant with when you get your first inspection or whatever. So we're gonna get right into it, you guys. Take a look at this stuff. First and foremost, you need DOT reflective triangles. You need at least 3. This is one of them. I have the other 2 in the back seat. Very cheap. Amazon, again, my Amazon store. You guys can order all of this stuff. Just Hotshot Adventures, or the link is in the description of every video that I've ever done for the last 3 years. So you can check on the Amazon store, or you can just take a look at it on Amazon. You can go to AutoZone, you can go to Home Depot. They're everywhere. Okay, you need to have 3 of these DOT reflective triangles. Okay, next you should, I don't know if it's a requirement or not, you guys, but you should have light bulbs. Okay, you should have light bulbs. It will happen eventually. It is a violation if you have a headlight out. So very easy to replace, should be very easy to replace, not on my Fords, unfortunately. That's another story for another video, but you should have light bulbs. As you can see, I've already used one. It happens. This is a requirement. You must have fuses in your truck, okay? You can get a nice set, not these little piddly sets, but you can get a nice set of a gazillion fuses on Amazon, like a 200-piece case for like 25, 30 bucks. Good to have, and you have to have fuses in your truck. And you get the little diagnostic kit, the little fuse checker, okay? It will happen, you guys. It will happen that you will blow a fuse eventually. And if you don't have the fuses on you, you're gonna be totally pissed off. If you have them on you, you're gonna be so happy that you listened to Natalie, okay? So just do it. Super simple, and it is a violation if you don't do it. One more thing, right here, it is the fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher must be mounted. As you can see, it's mounted into my weather guard, my storage box. It must be in the green, and it must not be expired. Okay, so you also have to check the date of your fire extinguisher. Don't, you know, I had them mounted under my back seat back there in all the mess. Okay, and thank you, RD. RD moved it to the bed because in the event of emergency that I actually need to use it, I want it to be pretty handy and accessible for me. So it's mounted there. It's easy for DOT to see. They don't got to look in my back seat under all my crap, and they can just look at it and move on. So I like that. Next, you guys, we're gonna go into the weather guard. I'm gonna jump up on the bed of my truck. We're gonna go into the weather guard, and I'm gonna show you guys some other stuff that I keep in the weather guard in my storage box that helps me do my job, right? None of this stuff is gonna be DOT required. What I just went over with you guys is all that's required. You need fuses, you need triangles, and you need a fire extinguisher. Those are the things that you need in your truck. Oh, and you need to have your ELD. Whatever you use for your ELD, it needs to be mounted. So if you're using a tablet, you need to have a tablet mount. If you're using your phone, it's probably already mounted, but you do need that as well. That's a violation if you're just keeping your ELD tablet and throwing it on the seat of the passenger seat or whatever. That is not okay. So like I said, none of this stuff is a requirement, but let's take a look at what I can pull out of my box of tricks here and show you guys. So you guys know I do haul oversized sometimes. So I've got my oversized banners and a bunch of flags, okay? I do have red flags, but orange flags are preferred because some states don't like red flags, only orange. So I have both, but it's one of those things. I've got this awesome foam stuff, you guys. This is good for if you need to put some foam in between something. This I just picked up at a shipper somewhere and I saved it. Foam is good to have. You can also use rags if you need to have like some kind of soft buffer in between like your strap and the load. So that's good to have. I've also got, let me flip you. I'll just show you like this. I've got right over here, I've got .3 brake fluid for my hydraulic brakes in the PJ. I've got a gas can. I've got a spare battery. You can see that spare battery on the far right. I've got some more brake fluid in the back, and that black bag are my snow chains. So my snow chains for the truck and the trailer. You have to carry at least 1 set for your truck and 1 set for your trailer. I've got moving blankets. You guys, these are invaluable. Moving blankets are good for if you got to crawl under your truck or trailer and you're at a nasty truck stop, which they're all nasty on the floor. So I'll throw down a brand new moving blanket. You say that one's brand new, that one's very old. Also, these are good for protecting your load, okay? So if you have to tarp a load and it has sharp edges, then you can throw a moving blanket on top of the freight and then throw your tarp, so you are protecting your tarp from getting torn or ripped on the corners of some sharp freight if you're tarping. So that's what those are for. Under my moving blankets, I've got some more flags. Okay, these flags have a stick on them. Those are also handy, oversized flags. I've got a ton of bungees, as you can see, and no, they're not, you know, put away very nicely. I also have these are good, okay? These are real, these are for reels. Like if you use, these are real holder. I can't think of the right name. Anyways, if you're hauling steel, like reels or, oh God, what's the word? Anyway, these are good. I just like picked them up somewhere and I have them. I haven't used them yet, but they're good to have. I have a bunch of extra small pieces of wood. I have a really nice Milwaukee grease gun at the house, an electric grease gun, and then I have a hand pump grease gun here with an extra tube of grease if I ever need to grease that. You see it's making a mess everywhere. It needs a new bag. I've got grease. What else do I got? I've got a hand saw, okay? Got a hand saw here. If ever you need to cut a piece of dunnage, or for example, if you put dunnage under a load and the dunnage has moved around a little bit and now the dunnage is sticking 2 or 3 inches past your rub rail, that's a violation. So even though your load's not oversized, but your dunnage has shifted, you can't move your dunnage because of the weight of the load that is sitting on top of your dunnage. You can grab that, cut the small piece that's hanging over and keep moving, and you won't have to worry about DOT. That's pretty much it, you guys. That's what I keep in the back. There's probably some more stuff that I've put in or taken out over the years, but that's the meat and potatoes. I swear by these blankets. You can pick them up anywhere. Home Depot, Harbor Freight carries some cheap ones that are smaller and cheaper, but they're fine. They'll work fine. And all the oversized stuff, obviously, if you don't haul oversized, you don't need it, but it's nice if you're thinking like, oh, well, I might haul oversized one day. Well, pick up your stuff when you don't need it. That's the biggest thing that I can tell you, is pick up stuff when you don't need it, because it's going to be a hassle. And when you're under the gun and you got to get to a load, but you got to stop and pick up this and that and this and that you haven't bought yet because, you know, for whatever reason, it's a hassle. And when you're under the gun to try and get to a shipper before they close, it's a stressful situation. So avoid that stress, you guys. Pick them up when they're cheap and readily available. Have them sent to your house. Amazon is fantastic. Also, create a business Amazon account, you guys. A lot of this stuff that you can get on your personal account, you can get on a business account, and it's discounted. So get an Amazon business account. Once you have your EIN, that's all you need to create an Amazon business account. You'll get stuff for cheaper, and it's nice to have your personal stuff separated from the business supplies that you have purchased, because at the end of the year you can just go on your Amazon account, total up all the crap that you bought for that year on Amazon, and it's very simple, rather than going through a longer list that you and the wife have been buying stuff over the whole year on your Amazon account and then trying to pick out all of the stuff that you purchased for the business. So that's another tip I can give you guys. You guys stay tuned for part 3 coming up soon. You guys take care.